What is going on, everybody? Happy Thursday. Happy TIMBP Live. Welcome in. Welcome. It is good to see you. It is good to be here. It is good to have survived another trip around the daggum sun. "32 years old, my friends. 32 years old. Somehow, we have made it. Thank you, Arsenic Culture. Good to see you. Hope you've had a great week. If you're watching on the replay, thank you so much. If you haven't yet followed or liked the video, please do so. And if you are watching on Twitch, you can actually subscribe to the Twitch channel now. And you can do so one of two ways. For $6 a month, or I'm just a baby. I know. But the gray hairs are really peeking through, especially today. But I tell you what, my kids make me they age me up quite a bit. So you can sub on Twitch, twitch.tv/mybourbonpod. $6 a month, or by using a Twitch Prime. If you have Amazon Prime, you can just connect your Amazon account to your Twitch account. You get one free Prime sub a month. Use it on your favorite streamer. Hopefully that is this guy. By subbing, you get ad-free streams. You will also, in the near future, get a birthday snuffy chat from Mr. Tony Bag of Donuts. Happy daggone birthday, Perry Bear. Thank you, Tony, for the $10 snuffy chat, man. Thank you, buddy. And if you want to be like Tony, I'll get back to the Twitch thing in just a minute. You can head to Isami. You can head to the pinned link at the top of your chat, whether you are on Twitch or YouTube, which is Stream Elements. It is our method of super chatting. We call it Snuffy Chatting because it is named after Mr. Snuffleupagus back here. He is the patron saint of TIMBP Live. I believe, you believe, we all believe. I truly do appreciate it. Sean Holtgrave, happy birthday, Perry Sup dudes. Thank you, my friend. Good to see you. Hope you've been wonderful. Sorry, I'm getting stuff together too because I am a bit late. I was scrambling trying to sit down. I had to finish dinner real quick. Lucy and the girls are at Lucy's grandmother's, as they normally are on Thursday evenings, which is not a bad thing. I made the decision to stream. It wasn't like they said, well, we can't do it. I said I wanted to stream on my birthday. But anyway, personal news wise though, I don't know what else I have going on. It's been a fairly quiet week for the most part. Zover1920 over on the Twitch. What's up, Perry? Just waiting for my next appointment. Zofer, good to see you, buddy. Hope you're doing well. Watching on the Twitch, and also watching on Twitch now because of the new features that we've just got introduced. Subs, channel points, just by watching on Twitch, you get channel points as well. There will be emotes up soon. So if you sub, there will be Twitch-only emotes. Be on the lookout for those. Very excited to get those out to people. Brian! Happy birthday. Gift coming next week. What? What? Dude, good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Hope you've had a great week, man. Always good to see you in the chat. Where is this? Been playing Super Metroid on the weekend since you streamed playing Metroid Dread. Soon I will be finishing up the Metroid Dread run too. I'll be in Lex tomorrow. Shoot me a text if you have the time. Did I just get an email from UPS about what is coming next week? Oh, do you have like a... Okay. Anyway. Yeah, so, as far as like, doubt it yet. Okay, so I just had a, I don't know what this is then. I just got a notification. I have like, oh, I bet you I know what that is actually. I got a shipment today. I've got like 3 more on the way too. I have so many labels come tomorrow, bottling early next week. Oh, snap. Sounds like you have enough. No, please, no. But it's been a very quiet birthday. I worked for most of the day. Really just had to run out for a little bit. And honestly, now I'm here. I mean, it's not been a super eventful day. Just had a fairly stock standard kind of birthday, or kind of day in general, which is not bad, which is not a bad thing. But I tell you what is bad is that I don't have anything in my glass just yet. And I need to change that. Man, the news is a little light this week. Be honest with you. Sometimes the non-eventful day is good. I agree, and I was due for one. Some like I say that, like, you know, I haven't been I say that, like, you know, not a lot's been going on, but that's to say that, like, not a lot has been going on bourbon wise. You know, like, so much of my life is, of course, consumed by, you know, taking care of the kids and hanging out with Lucy and, you know, normal non-content stuff. And it's not so much like it's not always like stuff that makes for good content either. So, where are we going to begin? Five nights of sobriety just ended with a first sip of JD Blackberry, a neat pour, a giant ice ball pour, and a lemonade mixer are all going to happen. That I'm trying to get a media bottle of the Jack Daniel's Blackberry, and I haven't heard back about it yet, but we'll see. We'll see. I think I'm gonna start here. I'm gonna start fancy. Even though I can't show what this is exactly. I can tell you what it is. It is a Brook Hill. It's a 10-year Brook Hill that all Brook Hills are double-barreled, right? This one in particular, I mean, and they're all picks. This one is just, I was sworn to utter secrecy on what it was in particular. Very nice dark color. They all come at cast strength, of course, but I think Chad would never let me come and visit him again if I if I said what this was. So, very ripe fruit, dark fruit too. A lot of barrel influence. Oh, all right. Let's get going. I'm just ready. I'm ready to get into it. Yes, we're going to talk about the news. Got to run. Enjoy the rest of your day. Cheers, everyone. Bev Porter, thank you so much for stopping by. It's always good to see you. Love you so much. Thanks for being here. Anytime you get the chance to stop by, please do. We love having you around. Wonderful, as always, to see you. Oh, I think that's my problem. My window is too small. I was like, my video looks oddly small, and I couldn't figure out why. Cheers. The dark fruit really starts to come out more on the palate. Goes into a really cinnamon, sugar heavy note as well. It's really good. It's a really good one. I can only talk about it so much, though. So like I said, we're only going. There's not a lot of news. So, which would you rather, JD Blackberry or JD Toasted, and why is it Blackberry? You know what's funny? Is I agree with you. Solely because I feel like okay. I've got a couple of reasons for it. The first one is I feel like Jack Daniels is just built for that, like, flavored spirit. I think it makes more sense in the context of something like Blackberry. Guarantee you, if they were going to do something like Jack Daniels Toasted, it would still be 80 to 86 proof. And the toast would get lost. For it to succeed, it would have to be above 90. Preferably in like the one, probably like closer to 100 proof. I don't think that they would do that, though. I think it would be like a sub 90, closer to 86 proof. The other reason behind it, actually, maybe I have like 3 reasons. I think I'm over toasted at this point. It's not just like it's been overdone. It's just that I'm tired of it. I'm just worn out with toasted. Like every now and then some will come along and it'll be really good and I'll be like, okay, maybe somebody's figured something out. I just think that if Jack Daniels were to do it now, it would be tired. I don't think it would make any sense for them to do it. It is my birthday. Gracias, Ofer. Hello again, Whiskey Friends, and happy birthday, Perry. Thank you, buddy. Good to see you, Jeffrey Wack. Hope you're having a great week. As of now, I would not buy again, but I have the lemonade still to try. Why drink toasted bourbon when you could give up? I fully am on board with this sentiment. I just like there is no caveat or different there's no different gimmick with toasted bourbon that makes me more excited about it. Like toasted plus French oak finish or toasted plus a double oak or whatever, even like at cast strength, I just don't care. The only thing that I have liked is one Elijah Craig barrel proof toasted bourbon pick. And it was from Liquor Barn, and it was excellent. Other than that, no toasted bourbon has done it for me in a long time. Because I think a big reason, not just because, you know, it's just the same thing over and over and over again, is that there's nowhere else to go with it. Because you hit the ceiling of toasting, and then if you go any further, you're just charring the barrel. So you can only do so much with it. And I think that we've done everything we can with toasting that's not trying every single daggum mash bill possible. And at that point, you're losing your mind. Everybody else is going to get lost along the way too. Nobody's going to care. I'm over toasted too, but I don't know if I changed or a process changed. It's like artificial sweetener, like sweetness now. I do think that there is an odd quality to the flavor of it now as well. But to be fair, I don't know if I have ever. I might have always kind of picked up on that, but I don't know if I have always. I think I was okay with it, or more okay with it, originally. You know what I mean? Like back in the day, I was like, "Oh, this is different, and this is new. Just give us Michter's Toasted Barrel Rye, and we'll be happy." I think Toasted Barrel Rye is okay. I think Michter's is probably the only one that has something different or unique enough to offer. But by and large, to be fair, but by and large, I could do without it. I could do without it. All right. I wanted to cover this real quick, because, well, two reasons. Two reasons. First of all, as I've mentioned before, I will be back at Bourbon and Beyond this year with the podcast. That is next month. Shy Guy, what's up? What's the birthday pour? At the moment, it is a Brook Hill, a 10-year Brook Hill from Rare Character, and that's as much as I can say at the moment. But it's not going to be my only birthday pour. I have plenty more to come. So, wink. In fact, I'm getting close to being done with this already. So, but like I said, I will be back at Bourbon and Beyond this year for the first time in a couple years. Finally, things are starting to calm down a little bit in my life, and I'll be able to go and do festivals again. And not only that, but I am giving away passes for the entire festival of Bourbon and Beyond. I will make a post about it tomorrow, as long as the passes are here with me. I wanted to get them in before I made the post. But anyway, I'm giving away 3 sets or 3 pairs of passes to Bourbon and Beyond. So a total of 6 passes, separated into 3 pairs. Okay. The giveaway will be on Instagram primarily. I think just Instagram. So if you're not following the show at My Bourbon Pod, please go do so. That will be where the giveaway is. We will run it for probably a week. I just want to make sure I have enough time to get the passes out to everybody who does wind up winning those. Yeah, very excited. It's the most amount of passes that Bourbon and Beyond has ever given me to give away. Just incredible. I'm very, very excited to do this. So I love the Maker's Mocha and most Double Oak, but the Peerless I just haven't loved. I mean, Maker's is so different with their stave finishing as opposed to, like a barrel finishing, like the toasted stuff. But I totally get where you're coming from. But anyway. Bourbon and Beyond and Louder Than Life are going to have a larger space available for people who are going to be there. It's going to expand into Kentucky Kingdom, which is crazy. They're, I guess, expecting more people than they ever have. This is a theme park that is adjacent to the fairgrounds. There are also going to be indoor merch stands. They're going to be adding stages as well. Louder Than Life, which is the metal show or the metal festival, is going to have 7 total stages. Bourbon and Beyond is going to have 5. So it's going to be huge. It's going to be a lot bigger than it ever has been before. All the information can be found through Danny Wimmer or through the Bourbon and Beyond websites. So please, for more information, go check out that. I'm so unbelievably excited for this year. If you wind up going, if you wind up winning tickets, we'll definitely have to hang out, have a couple pours at the festival. Excuse me. I will be working, of course, interviewing people, taking in some of the sights and scenes, going to some of the different classes that they give, doing media there as well. But I make sure that I have plenty of time to talk with people as well. So anyway, very, very excited. Wanted to cover this briefly. Copper and Kings has a new owner. I don't really remember them going up for sale at all. But as of 2 days ago, their acquisition by Bourbon Spirits Company, Bourbon? I don't know. It looks like a French word, and I don't speak French. Bourbon. It's Spirits Company. They completed the acquisition on August 5th. Everything's still going to remain in Louisville. They're going to expand and continue to work on everything that makes Copper and Kings what it is. They, of course, are primarily brandy makers, but they did have the one bourbon release a couple years ago, which was fine. I never finished my bottle that I bought, so. Maybe the bourbon will change a little bit. Speaking of festivals, National Bourbon Week will return to Bardstown in June of next year. Same week as it always is, basically the second full week of June, the 14th through the 21st in 2026. Saying the year 2026 out loud seems weird to me. Like I'm still getting used to saying 2025 in some respects, and we're well over halfway through. It's fine. Turned 32 today. The festival is organized by a coalition of local stakeholders, including distilleries, downtown businesses, and hospitality partners. I've never been to this. I've always wanted to go. I need to try to go for at least a day or two next year. It's right after my anniversary. So, bourbon capital of the world, of course. Some of the best distilleries out there. So, you know what? I'm going to pour something else. Before we get to the bad news of the week. I'm going to pour another 10-year Brook Hill. This one's up to almost 130 proof. I love this bottle. Oop, I can't. I almost got in trouble. I would have had... My neck would have been had. I'm drinking a vodka mule. Shy Guy, you do you. I hope it's the best vodka mule you've ever had. And I mean that sincerely. So it seems like the trials, tribulations, woes, and dismays of the bourbon industry are not going to... I made it myself, so it's pretty damn good. There you go. Things are not going to get any better anytime soon for the bourbon industry, unfortunately. Just coming out today. This is not quite hot off the presses, but it's still... Oh, it's using Wheatley vodka. But we found out today that Bulleit had a fairly significant drop in sales over the past year. 7.3%. 7.3% down, which is pretty close to Wild Turkey's 8.1%, down over 6 months, reported last month, excuse me, or last week. Tony B. Wait, what's going on? Why is my chat frozen? There it is. Hello, Tony B. Good to see you. I cannot pull your chat up on screen for some reason. Is StreamYard broken? I can see it. I can read it. I cannot interact with it. I wonder if something else is acting a fool. Okay, something's interfering with my... Hey, Kyle, it's my girlfriend's birthday today, so I'll be occupied, but just wanted to pop in. Say happy birthday to you, and howdy, pal. Good to see you, man. Totally understandable. Don't you worry. It's good to see you. Can I click on anything? Oh, love you, buddy. Everything is like grayed out. Hang on, I gotta figure out what's happening. Sorry. I can't. Okay, well, I closed something and it started working again. So we're good now. That was weird. So let's back up a little bit. I apologize. Bulleit's down 7%. Turkey's down 8.1%. Herald Leader's making the assertion here that drinkers are turning away from whiskey and toward other spirits, including tequila. Whoa, excuse me. The Topo Chico has betrayed me. And toward other spirits, including tequila and flavored drinks. Sales of ready-to-drink options for both companies are growing. I would like to see the numbers on tequila and flavored drinks. Like, I understand that RTDs are growing, but Topo Chico too strong. Topo Chico, I didn't know their game. I'll be honest with you. But I'm very curious. I'm very curious about the tequila side of things. It makes me wonder too, if this is accurate, if this is true. Are we on the precipice of another like 70s and 80s dark age? 70s and 80s style dark age for bourbon? And I'm not willing to like admit that that's the case yet. I think that there's too much large positive public sentiment around bourbon. Even though, yes, I understand that, you know, there are these declining sales. But I just don't know if we're quite there yet. I don't know. Oh, there's so many ads on this stupid website. It won't even let me use it without the ad blocker. Ridiculous. Anyway. I wish that I had waited, or that I had been able to have the foresight to know that this story was going to come out the week after I put out my episode about the dire state of the financial issue. The financial situation that pretty much everyone in the bourbon world is facing at the moment. Everybody so quickly forgets that we're not in a bust, we're in a post-COVID correction. Yes, absolutely. Yeah, and Tony, you bring up a good point too, that I like, so I got into not an argument. It was more of like a back and forth on Threads the other day. With here, let me just pull it up. You're making me want to swap to sipping on some burbs. You should. I got into a back and forth with somebody who tried to make the assertion that the declining sales and the bankruptcies of the distilleries were almost solely to blame on the tariffs. And I was like, you know, that there may be some truth to that, but there is so much more money mismanagement and internal mismanagement that is a much bigger factor than the where is this? Lord have mercy, My Daily Bourbon says a lot of stuff on Threads. Oh, here it is. Here we go. She said, thank Trump's stupid tariffs. Multiple Kentucky whiskey distilleries file for bankruptcy. I said, no, as much as I would like to blame the tariffs in this case, they are not the culprit. The broad majority of issues when it comes to bankruptcies currently is due to money mismanagement, overpromising, and under-delivering. When you have a new distillery borrowing from 5 different creditors that then gets hit with a lien and continues to promise a dozen new rick houses at $1 million a pop, it's bad business. Now, she provided a very well-structured rebuttal to what I said. She explained the tariffs that went into place by the EU in 2018. She said, yes, some startups overextended, but this behavior often stemmed from the assumption of continued export growth, which was derailed by tariffs. That's completely inconsequential in what I'm trying to describe here. And then she says that the tariffs expanded tariffs to cover most Canadian goods at 35%. Max B, what's going on? Good to see you, buddy. Kentucky exported $751 million in spirits in 2024. That number is now in free fall. Distilleries are facing canceled orders, shelved bottles, and halted expansion plans. But her argument that distilleries are facing canceled orders, shelved bottles, and halted expansion plans is like, that doesn't have to do with these new distilleries that started and are filing for bankruptcy or are getting hit with liens or facing legal troubles. Like, yes, there is a potential $43 million loss in annual whiskey exports to Canada alone, but she's missing, like, the forest for the trees, which is this. You can't say that in 2018 these tariffs went into place and they crushed the whiskey industry, when in 2020 the whiskey industry, the alcohol industry, boomed by $1 billion. $1 billion. So to Tony's point, yes, we are in a correction period. We are not in the boom that we were in 2020. It's crazy to just solely go, Trump bad. Trump did bad things for the bourbon industry. Do I think that what he did with the tariffs hurt the export industry for bourbon? Absolutely. But I'm not here to say that that's the only thing that is causing something like the bankruptcies, or is causing all of these different little distilleries that really just started popping up over the past couple of years. You know who wasn't president 2 years ago? Donald J. Trump. Joseph Robinette Biden was president 2 years ago when a lot of these startups were starting to take place. This is not a time for us to go Orange Man bad. You've got to see the reality here, which is this boom, this insane growth that happened during the pandemic led people to believe that it was going to continue happening. And they got greedy. This is the core of my argument. This is what I've been trying to scream at people. And they just are like, no, it's because he's mad. It's because he's stupid. And like, I understand where you're coming from, but please, for the love of God, look at it from the actual standpoint of what we were going through over the past couple of years. It's crazy. Premiumization is a great point. Sugar Kitty, thank you for being here. Good to see you. The tariffs are dog shit for everything else, but I wouldn't blame the tariffs on bourbon sales. Yeah, no, it's going to hurt the export market for sure, but this is not the export market. Building $30 million distilleries that had no foundation, had nothing to do with tariffs that hadn't even gone into effect. Exactly. Greed and the thought of the ride will never die probably had a lot to do with the current and future state of the industry. 100%. The tariffs definitely caused a big drop in international sales due to backlash, though. I mean, yeah, for sure. For sure. I'm not going to deny that. And yeah, a lot of Canadian stores are refusing to stock American whiskeys. That's 100% true. There's a lot of startup distilleries who should never have started up because they don't know what they're doing. Yeah, but then you take somebody like Whiskey House, who has industry veterans who should know what they're doing, and they're just balking at the idea of using tried and true practices. Think business for bourbon's kind of weird because it requires people to be into something that is basically a drug, though. Like, yeah, we want more people into buying tons of whiskey to get wasted on. It's hard to really push in some way, for sure. There are both aspects that come into it. And I agree. I totally agree, which is what I said. Like, I think that you might be ignoring a primary reason for why these distilleries and investors are willing to swing for the fences, even under the tariff circumstances. Like, 2018 is 2 years before the boom of 2020. I know some great people who deserve success, and they're doing their hardest to do so. Of course. From what they tell us, it's not really the stores not stocking in Canada. They're mostly province-run, and the whole province refuses to even buy it, let alone put it on the shelves. Okay, fair enough. So, all that being said, let's now turn to the newest legal case being brought against a fairly new, but not entirely green, sorry for the pun, distillery, Nearest Green, the producers of Uncle Nearest, which was hit with a massive lawsuit claiming that they had defaulted on $100 million in loans. And this was filed by a Louisville-based credit agency, Farm Credit Mid-America. And again, like, I wish that this story had broken maybe a week earlier so that I could have included it in my episode that went out last week about the dire issues that we're facing a lot of distilleries. And the accusations are that Fawn Weaver had used this money, of course, for the distillery itself, but also for her own personal activities, like trips, I think, if I remember correctly. And all, of course, this is allegedly. And they also claimed that the property was mortgaged in a separate $1.5 million loan involving another lender. They also said that the Weavers purchased a $2.2 million home on Martha's Vineyard with proceeds from a farm credit distillery loan that was meant to be used as a marketing opportunity for Uncle Nearest to host brand events. So, naturally, Fawn Weaver, being the forward-facing part of this company that she is, stepped out and said, they're trying to smear our name, says that they are victims of fraud. She went to social media to say these things. Let me mute the music real quick so we can listen to her video.
The first to speak seems right until someone comes forward and cross-examines. Proverbs 18:17. Well, my response has been filed, and I trust The truth will now get just as much attention on social media and in the press as the intentional misleadings and hit pieces. Y'all, I had hit pieces. That is kind of cool. Make sure to read the emails attached as exhibits. They're doozies. But before you go and read that, since so many eyes are on me right now, I'll take a page from Winston Churchill and Warren Buffett. Never waste a good crisis. So let me run some stats for you, then I've got a request. Uncle Nearest is the only independent whiskey brand in the top 50 and one of the few spirit brands, period, seeing double-digit growth in revenue, volume, and velocity. Over the past week or so, I've traveled the country meeting with our customers, distributors, and...
Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. If what they're alleging is true, it doesn't matter. You're just spitting buzzwords. You got to actually pay. You got to actually follow through on your debts. I'm just being honest. Like, you can say, "Oh, we've elevated our brand. We've made this much money," but there's a paper trail, right? I mean, if it's going to come out one way or another, this is all like grounds that for a pretty interesting legal case if it does wind up going to court. The backstory on this brand is interesting. I love the backstory on Uncle Nearest. It's very cool. It's a really interesting story that Uncle Nearest was actually the member of Jack Daniels' team who taught Jack Daniels how to distill. He was a black man in the South that worked alongside Jack Daniels. I think it's a true, not that backstory though. Oh, you mean like how it got started and everything, like how Fawn was not did not have a history of distilling or anything. But anyway, the point being. Yeah, I mean, it's just very curious. And like, so much of it is about like trying to pump themselves up in terms of like, look how cool it is that we're doing all these things. And like, I get it. It's awesome, but you got to put your money where your mouth is.
And Uncle Nearest enthusiasts. The first stop was the DMV, where our year-over-year growth is 44%. Then I went to Ohio, where our growth is sitting at 38%. Then Texas, where we've grown 33%, 50% in July alone.
Little more there. I'll have to fill you in. We did research and did an episode on Jack Daniels Near Screen. The brand came into that. Okay. Yeah, absolutely. I'd love to hear it. I could also, I'll have to listen to the episode as well. All that being said, I need to, yeah. I would love to hear more.
And Georgia, where I just left a couple days ago, y'all are just showing out at 49% year-over-year growth. In a backdrop of industry decline and disarray, Uncle Nearest is the shining star, growing against impossible odds. And because of y'all, Nearest Green Distillery continues to see year-over-year growth in tourism revenue, possibly making us one of one in the entire industry on that front. So was the reason so many were willing to take the bait and jump to negative conclusions before waiting or even asking for the truth because of our success? Who knows? What I do know is this.
They hate me because they ain't me. They hate me because they ain't me. If you're going to come for the king, you better not miss. I mean, that's what it gets to. That's really what she's trying to say. And I get it. She's trying to protect her brand. She's trying to protect the fact that she has built this from the ground up. I understand it. But the fact of the matter is, this is a very early case that we don't have all of the pieces of the puzzle to. I don't think, though, and this is just my opinion, that they would be making such strong accusations if there was not something that they could back themselves up on. I think that this is not... I think that a well-timed Instagram video, a well-timed Instagram reel, is not the end of this story. I like Fawn Weaver. I like Uncle Nearest. I like what they do. I just, it's a lot of punching back and forth. It's a lot of he said, she said, they said, you know. We'll see. We'll see. I'm willing to give it the benefit of the doubt at the moment. We'll find out. We'll find out soon enough. It's a lot of money. It's a lot of money. If they're doing that well, if they are doing as well as Fawn Weaver says, show us the books. Show us the books. We got to see it. Let's talk about real quick. We already kind of talked about the Jack Daniel's Blackberry, so we won't relitigate that, I suppose. But we did have the announcement this week of the newest Parker's Heritage. 11 years old, American Kentucky Straight Whiskey. Weird wording, but whatever. 122.5 proof. It's comprised of 160 barrels. It's a 15-year-old Kentucky Straight Wheated Bourbon, an 11-year-old Kentucky Straight Corn Whiskey, and 12-year-old whiskey aged in Rickhouse Rye that was only made from 2 grains, rye, and malt. Get some happy birthday fun. I'm about done with the news. It's this is I'm on my second to last thing. 122.5 proof, $180. I think that's gone up in price. Don't quote me on that, though. Hopefully going to have a review of it soon. Should be getting a sample, I believe. And then just one label I wanted to bring up. A new barrel whiskey. They have been just cranking these out, especially for Take, old Jay. Synthesis 2. It's a blend of straight bourbon and rye whiskeys finished in Armagnac casks. Looking to be 116.8 proof. That's that. I think it was 165. You might be right. Tony Bag of Donuts. You very well might be right. I'm going to get this beer. I'm going to let it warm up a little bit. I'm going to have another pour or two while it does that. And we're going to have us a good old birthday time. I'm spending the next hour not worrying about the news and not being crazy, not being too, focused on this stuff. I almost stood on my table. Now we're talking. Elijah Craig toasted barrel pick barrel proof time. There we go. You know what, Shy Guy? I'll join you on that. It's a mouthful when you have barrel-proof barrel picks. Thought the cork broke for a second. This is actually the one I was talking about earlier. This is from Liquor Barn. It's 124 proof. Going all killer, no filler. And 8 years old, too. It's like, how many words can I put when explaining whiskey? Exactly, yeah. Toasted barrel proof barrel pick. 119.19 year. Nice. It's gotten a little woodsy. It's gotten a little woodsy. It's gotten a little... maybe a little astringent on the nose. I don't know. Final thoughts on BlackBerry. It was a cool phone. Cool phone. At the time. But seriously, folks, this is not a sipping whiskey. It was made for lemonade. Specifically, spicy lemonade from Tropicana. Interesting. Elijah Craig, single barrel, private barrel, toasted barrel, barrel proof, barrel pick. Didn't do as well in pink lemonade. Okay. All right. What about limeade? I'm hoping it does okay in limeade. Because that's what I have. Oh. Shut it down. That's spectacular. Here's the Goose Island Bourbon County Stout, by the way. Two-year reserve stout. I'm sure some of y'all have had this. I'm sure some of y'all have paired this with Eagle Rare. I don't have a limeade. Throw it in some Ale 8. That's what I'm going to do. I hope the Cheetos Crunchy I just smashed. Oh, you don't like the Bourbon County Stouts? That's fair. Hey, Joe, the sample guy. Good to see you, brother. Hope you're doing well, man. Good to have you in. And thank you for the birthday wishes. I'm trying to think. So I wanted to pair this not just with Eagle Rare. I wanted to do it with another Mash Bill 1. We'll do some E.H. Taylor. We might do some Stag as well. We'll see. We'll see where the night takes us. Solid choice on the reserve. That's a good There's some dissent in the chat over whether this is a good choice on my end or not. By that I mean one person is not happy about it and another person kind of is. Or is, not kind of, is happy. Tony's happy about it. Gotta warm this up a little bit more. I probably shouldn't sit on it. I don't think that would be a good, Jason just said, very good choice. I think some dark beer drinkers love it. I mean, yeah. I like Dragon's Milk for stouts. I've had a Dragon's Milk or two before. But I'm excited for this one. There are still quite a few around in Lexington as well. It's expensive beer. I've been really into Caprahinas. Did I say it right? I don't know if I've ever seen that word before. Caipirinha. Caipirinha. It's a Brazilian cocktail. Ooh, okay. Oh, here comes the sludge. Oh. Haven't tried my Eagle Rare BCS yet. I have a box full of them. I just don't go to anymore because of the oversweetness. I mean, that's fair. I rarely drink stouts anymore. And I definitely don't drink a lot of stouts in the summer. But I do think stouts are good for the summer. Tons. We got a late shipment years late of stuff they found in a warehouse, a.k.a. they couldn't move it in other markets and thought they'd try it here. Yeah. Use cachaça, which is a Brazilian rum. You muddle lime and white sugar together, then top it with the cachaça and ice shake, then dirty dump into glass. Nice. Sounds awesome. It's a sour-based cocktail with like a marg, but made with cachaça. Oh! I like sour-based cocktails. So refreshing. Sour-based cocktails might be my favorite. Shy Guy, do you know my... Oh! Do you know my... what I call the Wild Rush? Do you know my Wild Rush recipe? It's a Gold Rush. But it's... It's a sour. I mean, technically it's a sour. I know a Gold Rush. Okay. The difference, though, the difference with the Wild Rush is instead of using honey or honey syrup, you use American honey or American honey sting. So... A, it's boozier, and B, you can just use all wild turkey ingredients aside from lemon juice, right? Because you need the lemon juice to actually make it sour. But I'll do 2 ounces of the bourbon, whether it's Turkey 101 or Rare Breed, an ounce of the American honey, whether it's American honey or American honey sting, and then a half ounce of the lemon juice. And it is the booziest Gold Rush. And I made it for Thanksgiving last year. I made a bunch of them for Thanksgiving last year, and people were not. Had some people who had an early tryptophan experience. So, good times. It was good stuff. I'm a daiquiri connoisseur. I like a high-proof rum like Smith & Cross with lime. Simple, 1/8 absinthe. I love absinthe. The 2-drop saline solution always blows people away when I make my daiquiri that way. I made that daiquiri for a wedding I best manned at, large batched it, and I got smashed by the end of the night. Shy Guy, do you ever watch Kush's Exotic Drinks? Kush's Exotic Cocktails? Kush Cocktails. Do you follow Kush? C-U-S-H. Now I just want rusty nails. I don't know if I do. You should. He's a cocktail connoisseur. He typically streams on YouTube and Twitch right after I do on Thursday nights, actually. He's a big daiquiri guy as well. I did recently go through and make damn near every tiki cocktail you can. That was fun. Nice. I think you'd be a big fan of Kush. All right, so I got the beer poured. I got the Eagle Rare poured. Also got a really fun bottle I'm going to open right at the end of the stream, I believe. Rambouillet is just good scotch ruined with gin. If you like sours, I'll post on your Discord a guide on how to make Caipirinha. You can find cachaça at every Total Wine. Yeah, absolutely, please. Oh, I haven't had Eagle Rare in a minute. Caipirinha. You have to cut the lime a certain way? Interesting. It's just solid. I think you just posted it. You can't even see through this beer. One lime and 3 to 4 teaspoons of white sugar. Okay. All right. There is a lot of you sent me a photo? Tony sent me a picture? Oh! Caipirinha in Chile. It's beautiful. I have birthday texts I have to respond to in a little bit, too. Anthony Bourdain talks about it in one of his No Reservation episodes. There's a Caipirinha guy who walks around the beach making them for people lounging. Oh! It's amazing. All right, I got to try this beer. It is very boozy smelling. It's very boozy tasting. Bourbon Wrench! Holy moly, Trev Wilson, what the heck are you doing in here? Happy birthday, brother. Freaking miss you so hard. Dude, I miss you like crazy. It has been way too long since we have done any kind of content together or talked. And I miss you like crazy, man. Hope you're doing really, really well. Making it my goal to finally hug you in person, please. Please come see me. I would love for that to happen. I like dark stouts that taste like iced coffee. You would actually probably really like this one, Shy Guy. Steve A! Thank you for the birthday wishes, Steve. You live in Kentucky? I live in Lexington, Kentucky, yes. You know what's funny? I was thinking about this the other. I might yoink one if I see it. You should. I was thinking about this the other day, and this is not like a this is not a knock on the community. This is a purely like, now that I have kids, I wish that when I started the show, when I started being more like public facing, and there's no going back on it now, right? I can't put the toothpaste back in the tube. Chris, g'day and happy birthday, Pay Bear from Down Under. Good to see you, buddy. I hope you guys are doing well. It's very good to have you all in here. We're talking about a Lexington trip. Don't know when it's going to happen, but when it does, your fine, deliciously long-haired self is going to be hugged by me so hard. You know I'm going to love that. You name the time and place, I will hopefully be here. But I will hug you like my job and life and my children's lives depend on it. Anyway, what I was going to say. I wish that I had been more anonymous with my location. Like saying I live in Kentucky, but not necessarily saying that I live in Lexington. Like, and I don't ever have a fear of like, I don't have a fear of people like showing up at my house. And since we moved, into this new house, I've been very close. I've very closely guarded, where this house is, this address. So I really don't fear people showing up here. But like, I don't know. I've been on the internet for a very long time at this point. And yeah, it's something I wish I had been a little bit quieter about, I suppose. I found that cachaça at your Total Wine posted a pic on Discord. That is so funny. Getting ready to go to Scotland and Ireland in 4 weeks? Oh, that sounds awesome. Audio Deluxe, Merry Barn Day, Perry. Oh, Born Day. I read that as Barn Day. Why did I read that as Barn Day? Audio Deluxe, good to see you. I hope you're doing great. Not back in Kentucky until February 2026. I assume you and I are around the same age. I turned 32 today. It's really wild for me that people my age are talking about kids now. So wild sometimes. My oldest daughter, who is 5 in October, was born when I was 27. Yeah, it was, and it's not like it was super early or anything. My dad was, I was born when my dad was 27, 28. Lexington's a huge place. It's not as big as you think it is. Both of you hug so friggin' hard. I'd like to be in the middle of that. I'm a big hugger. I'll get out of your bushes if you insist. I thought I heard something. You used to have a fear of Aussies crashing your house until last year. I didn't have a fear of you all crashing my house. A WoW streamer named Soda Poppin' talked about this before he got insanely popular. He used to have viewers who stopped by and hung with him and went out to eat, said it was great till people got weird. Yeah, it's like, this is not a, like, I don't fear, like, being swatted or anything. But yeah, I definitely don't want people just, like, randomly showing up at my house. That did happen before we moved. That happened at my old house. And I'm not even saying, like, I am nowhere near World of Warcraft streamers, right? But back when TIMBP was in, like, its heyday, like in its golden age, I had a couple people, it wasn't a lot, who knew my address and they showed up at my house. And thankfully it was before my kids were born, or else I would feel like I would have maybe moved to a different country. Exact same age, pretty much. I'm 31. There we go. Only reason Soda Poppin's locations were leaked is because you could see out of his window very easily. See, like, I'm in my basement. You can't really tell where I am. We live in a suburb. You know. Went to run a race in June in my local town, and a guy literally yelled at me from across the street, "Wrench, are you running?" Kind of freaks me out to see YouTube life blend with real life, you know? And like, I've met people, you know, like, if you go to a distillery, that's one thing. Like, people are more likely to recognize you at a distillery because they're there for bourbon. I do bourbon content. There's a fair chance that they're going to recognize me there. I've been recognized at distilleries before. I've also been recognized around town, like around Lexington before. That hasn't happened as much over the past couple of years. But yeah, I have been I have been recognized for the podcast and for YouTube stuff. It's weird. I'll give you a heads up when to meet us at the Waffle House. You just let me know. All my groomsmen were my League of Legends friends. It is very wild meeting them in person. That's really cool, though. I love that. What an awesome blending of online friends and real life friends. Been recognized in liquor bar and car parks walking the dog. I have been. That is true. I wasn't walking my dog. I was doing a dog walk. That was my job for a time, was walking other dogs. I met my wife on Reddit. She's from the Philippines, and we did 7 years. Woo! We did 7 years long distance before finally being together. That is so cool. She just got her citizenship a few weeks ago. Congratulations. I've been following you around Lexington for weeks, but haven't said anything. You smell different when you're awake. You know what's funny, Tony, is I swear I thought I saw somebody who looked just like you in Lexington last week. Like, I'm not even joking. I was like, did Tony come to town and didn't tell me? I would love to meet y'all, but not a surprise. Anytime. Give me plenty of heads up, and I will absolutely. Our first time was meeting at Chad and Sarah's. You can tell it's TIMBP because he's 5 foot tall and cross-eyed in real life. It's what's her name from Arrested Development? Every time she takes the glasses off, she goes cross-eyed. It was definitely Tony. Would probably bug the heck out of Emily more than any, or hug the heck out of Emily more than anyone. Yeah, that's why I wear these blue light glasses, because when I take them off, I go cross-eyed. These non-prescription blue light glasses that I ordered off of Amazon. One thing our generation is a lot more used to than younger people don't get is the sheer level of ball busting we do to each other. Perry grew his beard to try to disguise himself. Yeah, I've got the Jeff what's his name in Big Lebowski going on tonight for some reason. They would never have survived Modern Warfare 2 lobbies. Dog, I can't survive Modern Warfare 2 lobbies now. Having kids, I'm like, it's all bluey and, you know, Big Lebowski, my favorite movie, really. Why can't I think of his last name? I would not recognize you now without the beard. My head is a lot smaller than it looks without the beard. Like, here's my chin. PvP stresses me out now. I have too much equipment to go stealth. Hey, okay. Speaking of equipment, this is not to make anybody sad. So, a couple weeks ago, I was going through old live streams. I was trying to figure out when I switched over some of my like more fine-tune back-end stuff, like when I switched over like some of my OBS settings, when I switched over really to like StreamYard too, when I was doing Twitch and all this stuff. And it made me sentimental for like some of the people that aren't in chat anymore. Like I miss some of those people. Not some of those people. If you know, they're not around anymore, I miss them. Specifically though, and again, I'm not trying to make anybody sad, but chats from Scott popped up. Scott Pixley. And I was like, my dude. And I just like, you know, the classic gone but not forgotten sentiment. And yeah. Do we need to bring Bluey stuff over now for you next trip? You know what would be awesome is the but I think they're at Bunnings. If you can even get them. Yeah, hold on. So Bunnings did a collab with Bluey, and they've got the garden gnomes that are on the show. And I think they kind of sell out quickly. But I absolutely adore these. I think they're so cute. Just message me. It's a maybe, Chris. I'm not like saying it's got to happen. 6-quarter tailgate. I'm gonna make it a thing. That would be awesome. Oh, I hit the wrong one. I hit the Zoom. I didn't mean to hit the Zoom. Bluey is the most watched show in our house at the moment, though. Not harder to bring than Bottles. I mean, totally fair. I have watched every episode of Bluey at least 8 times. And it still is fantastic. I'm a big Bluey fan. I don't think I've ever done Bluey on Tips and Bits. I don't think I've ever recommended it. Which is crazy. Now that the other guy's gone. I wish they would bring out an adult version of Bluey with full-on Aussie content. It's just called Neighbors. Pen. Dog. Happy birthday. Hey, buddy. Good to see you. Thanks for the warm wishes. I gotta figure out a way to set up just an on-screen button so that you can do Snuffy chats without having to go to... I mean, ideally, it would be, we have super chats. But... so you didn't have to, go too far. But if you do want to do super chats or Snuffy chats, whatever. Links at the top of your chat, pinned up there. Support the show. It's our method of super chats. It's for Snuffleupagus back here. He needs the funding. It got cut, remember? I'm going to tickle his snout. That sounded bad. I meant it. Also, you can now sub on Twitch if you're watching on Twitch. I have 3 dogs and they're nuts sometimes. Yeah, man. I have 2 and they are as well. Okay. I have to be quiet about this. It's been a lot of secret quiet pours. I can't tell you who I got this from. It was not Chad. Birth gay snout tickling. YouTube might take down the stream. They might. This did not come from Chad. This little sample bottle that I have. I will not reveal who it is from, but it is 11-year-old Buffalo Trace juice. So I wanted to see how. First of all, I wanted to see how it is. It's Chemical X. You're making the Powerpuff Girls. Chemical X. Perry's going OnlyFans with tickling Snuffy snout. Barrel proof? Yes. Has an insane color to it. Likely something that will. I want to say. Oh, that's hot. Bro, that does not taste like Buffalo Trace. That is insane. It is, okay, maybe it does. It is cherry cola, cherry sucker, just big cherry all day long. I have to bounce. Need to go do some study for one of my CompTIA exams next week. Dude, best of luck to you. It's so good to see you, Chris. I hope to see you and Lil. Well, more in the streams and just talk to you more soon, too. Got to try recently a Hazard barrel proof of Woodford. Hazard or Hazmat? It was really good. I'm glad. Was it Woodford Hazmat whatever? I was just curious. Hang on. I had a meniscus. 145 to 155. That is awesome. I love that for you. I've got a 13-year 150. What's the proof? I've got a 13-year 157 Tennessee whiskey behind me that will set your nose hairs on fire. Someone got to bring home a sample during their barrel pick and gave it to my local liquor store. Oh, boy. Okay, let's see how this pairs. It strips it of too much of the bourbon. You really, really lose the bourbon. I think the Eagle Rare is definitely more the move. I'd say you probably as high, like maybe E.H. Taylor would be a better option if you want to go a little bit higher proof, but definitely not a barrel proof Buffalo Trace product. Where'd everybody go? We just lost a bunch of people all of a sudden. There's other streams on. I understand if you go there. That man that pairs things, is he still looking for Blanton's in Orlando? He is. Gotta be honest. I miss that man that pairs things. I miss the Whiskey Mutant. I miss having a co-host. I miss having that co-host. This is okay. Let's get real. Let's get real. I know I said I was ready for another co-host. I don't think I am yet. I think I would be. I thought I was going to go neg. No. I was texting with Eric today. And I genuinely had the thought, if he said he wanted to come back to the podcast, I'd say yes. I'd take him back. It's hard to have a co-host because that's a lot of commitment. Oh, for sure. And like, you know, I'm getting into the rhythm of doing the show on my own. And I keep having this internal struggle of like, do I just do it on my own? Holy shnikes, Brewmaster with the 5 gifted subs over on Twitch. Thank you so much. Thank you, buddy. Appreciate you. I was not prepared for gifted subs to pop up on Twitch. That was crazy. Look at that. Thank you, man. Thank you. Can you believe we got gifted? We got subs on Twitch now. It's crazy. Y'all get in a fist fight? No, we did not get in a fist fight. He had work obligations he had to leave over. It was not a had to hop over to Twitch to give you your birthday gift heading back to YouTube thing. Thanks, man. The one that got away. Normally you become closer after. Hey, Papa Ritter. Little birdie told me it was your birthday. It might be. But okay, so let me back up. There was no bad blood when Eric left the show. Please understand. Like, he left because he had a new job with his hospital. And I totally understood that. I was talking with him today, and I was like, internally going, I don't know if I want anybody else as a co-host. So I might just ride it out on my own from here on out. And you want to know a good reason why? You want to know a really good reason why? I have set up like 5 interviews for the next month and a half of the podcast. I didn't have to coordinate it with anybody. I didn't have to worry about anybody else's schedule. I didn't have to set anything else up. All I had to do was just go, hey, what's your availability? What's their availability? Here's when I'm free. And then we scheduled it. And this is not to say that I wouldn't be happy if, like, Eric came back. I'd be more than happy if that happened. But the whole point is, I have so much more, like, creative freedom now that it's just me running the show. And it's like, this is my Bourbon Podcast again. It's a bromance for the ages. It absolutely is. Like, Eric is still my best friend. That will never, ever change. It has never changed. That has not been there's no difference from the time that he left the show until right this very second. He is still my best friend. It's just that he is not the co-host of the podcast anymore. That's it. That's the only difference. But I just wish that I could find some, like, that hurt. Oh, Tony. I have to, like, I think I have to get through a little bit longer than like a month or two of him not being on the show for me to actually decide what the direction is going to be. And more than anything, I need the content to be, like, top tier. I need it to get to the level of quality that what is, in my eyes, that it was at its peak when he was still a part of the show, and even before. I'll still bring on, like, guest hosts from time to time. I'll still have, friends come on to hang out. But in the meantime, like, I'm just having fun. It's been fun doing this on my own. Like, it's no different from, to me, like, just sitting down and doing these live streams. It's the same muscle, The muscle is just getting stronger. So, and I hope you all are enjoying it. I hope for those of you who watch the live streams, you are also listening to the podcast. And I hope that you find a similar energy. And I hope that both are working for you. It's all been very cathartic for me to sit down in the same space and work in the same, Don't forget to tell your bestie you love him. I told him today I love him. You think I'm joking? I told him today I love him. I tell my guy friends I love them all the time. Literally all the time. I am the least, like, I always tell my homies I love them. Dude, me too. I'm one of the least toxically masculine people you will ever find. I did tell Papa Ritter today I loved him. We talked on the phone for a little while. It was very nice. I always tell my parents I love them, too. Hang on. Also, on Twitch, I missed this somehow. 3 days ago, the Dinosaur Man followed me. The Dinosaur Man, thank you for the follow. I don't know if you're watching or where you followed from, but I appreciate you. Oh, and Corporal Prawn, you also followed. I appreciate that. But hey, 5 subscribers. 5 subscribers on Twitch. We're getting somewhere. I tell everyone I love them. It's all good. Absolutely. I love you all, Whiskey Tube. I love Whiskey Tube as well. It is very. I'm very liberal with the I love yous, or the love you mans, love you buddy, love you friend. But I mean it though. It's not like I don't say it because like I feel like I have to. I say it because I mean it. I care very deeply for people. I mean these things sincerely. It's crazy. I've got so much stuff to do on the back end of Twitch to make those who are watching on Twitch your experience just awesome. Having the monetization, sometimes Perry wakes me. Tony, you don't have to go telling our secrets, okay? All right, buddy? We don't have to. I'm trying to clear out my whiskey stash before I buy anything else. That's not a bad thing to do. I might die before all my whiskey gets drank. I'll be honest with you. I've got so much whiskey. Oh, that was sweet. That's a bit much. Everyone who knows me knows I'm not asleep. That is true. You don't sleep very much. Sometimes I text you, like... Sometimes I've gone to sleep, and I've gone through, like, a whole day before you've gone to sleep. In, like, a full 24-hour period. I've completed a full day cycle. It's the dawn of the final day. Boy, these stouts do be hitting a little hard. All right, I got one last bottle I'm going to crack before we... I'm looking a bit flush. Am I? Huh. Maybe a bit. Or very warm. I am a little warm. I will be honest with you. Warm. So, as most of you all know, I'm buddies with the folks over at the Woodwork Collective. They are the masterminds behind, part of the masterminds behind Raconteur Rye, alongside Dave Jennings, aka Rarebird 101. But they also are very kind with sending some products from, I say some. I say that like I'm, like they don't send enough. That's not the point. Very often they will send bottles from their A. Altschuler & Co. line. This is their newest one. And I don't think Brian is in here any longer, Abandoned Bourbon. So I'm a little safer in saying this. But this is the newest selection from Sealbox. Aged to Perfection. Select Barrel Blend. This is 106.5 proof. It is a blend of 70% 10-year Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey, 20% 18-year Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey, and 10% 19-year Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey. So this is my my open. This is my crack. This is what I'm opening for my birthday. Good evening, all you wonderful whiskey people, and a happy, happy birthday to our lovely host. Thank you, Michael. Good to see you, buddy. Hope you're doing well. Thanks for your support as always, man. Okay, I've got to do a little work. Did I see the Matthew Lillard bourbons? I have seen them before. I think I covered them on a live stream a long time ago. Like, I couldn't even point to which live stream it actually was. That color's wild. That color is insane. Okay. Okay. This smells unbelievable. This smells like something I'm going to have to hide from myself, I'll be honest with you. All right. Hey, cheers to you all. Thank you so much for hanging out with me tonight. It's been a great birthday stream. Enjoyed doing something different for my birthday, too, I'll be honest with you. But regardless. It's been chill. It has been pretty chill. I've really enjoyed that part of it. Happiest of birthdays. Thank you, buddy. Glad I was able to spend it with you. Happy birthday. Take care, y'all. We're still... Don't leave. Yeah, I mean... We still got a couple minutes, I believe. What are we saying bye for? I was just saying thank you for hanging out with me. I mean, it was kind of sign off. We're getting close to the end. No, look. There's gonna be a hangout later on Cliffy's Discord. Yeah, even though there's no stream. Oh, really? No, I am kind of signing off. No, I appreciate you all. This has been a really fun evening. I will be back next week. Per usual. I don't think I have anything. I don't have anything coming up. Really? No. I think we're good for the rest of the year until we hit, the holidays. Probably even start earlier. You think? You want me to start earlier next week? All right, fine. Yeah, we'll do it. We'll do it live. Why not? I'll start at 2 p.m. We'll go for 7 hours. We're not going to go for 7 hours. I love you all. Thank you so much for all the birthday wishes. Thank you for the fun. It's been a great night. I love you very much. I'll see you next time. Until then, though, I'm the birthday boy. I meant the hangout, but yes, that too. Oh, I got you. I see what you mean. 2 p.m. your time is 5 out here on the left coast. Okay. Anyway, love you guys. See you next time. Till then, I'm Perry. This is TIMBP Live. Bye.